I once spent 4 years cycling right the way around the world. It was a wonderful experience and it got me hooked on adventure. Since then, I've run, hiked, hauled, rode, skied, swum on journeys all around the world. I've even managed to turn these big, tough expeditions into my career. I'm a lucky, lucky man. The only downside to doing so many of these wilderness challenges, though, is that over time I started to lose the uncertainty and surprise of them all. So I've been trying to look differently at what adventure means to me. This is my favourite ever travel and adventure book. Laurie Lee walks out one midsummer morning to walk across Spain, playing his violin to earn the money he needs for his journey. It's a beautiful book, and for about 15 years I've been thinking how much I would love to go recreate that journey myself. But I can't play the violin or any other musical instrument, and the idea of it terrifies me. The thought of having to arrive in a foreign country with no money, no credit card, and stand up to busk to pay for food. I don't even know if it would be possible. I'd almost certainly fail. I'd be massively out of my comfort zone, and the whole idea is absolutely ridiculous. In other words, isn't this exactly what adventure is all about? Yesterday, I bought a violin. I've never ever done one screech of a violin. Well, here we go. I'm on my way to my first ever violin lesson. Let's go make a fool of myself. My plan is next summer to walk across Spain on my own, with no credit card or money.
Wow.
And just my violin, busking to live and eat.
Yeah.
Do you think that's possible in 6 months? I've done grade 2 piano when I was about 10, and I hated it.
D, 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 like that.
This isn't going to earn me much money, this one, is it? The famous first screech, then.
Yes.
That is worse than I thought it was going to be. Oh man.
You stop.
What am I doing? This is a really terrible idea. The violin is really, really hard. No one is going to give me any money ever. I'm going to starve in Spain. Sing the note. La la. Ah, shivers down the spine. Perhaps maybe I am actually deep down a genius that hasn't yet been discovered. 2 months serious practice. Vamos, vámonos out. Let's do this. Is that right? Ladies and gentlemen, the Muppet Show theme. How very, very apt. I had to go into town today to run some errands, and walking down the high street I just thought, imagine you busking here. You're rubbish. This is a terrible idea. The only sensible option is to postpone the trip for a year until I get competent at the violin. However, the only sensible option is not the only option, so instead I've booked my ticket, I'm going to Vigo, and I'm going to begin. Oi, oi, oi. Well, this is Vigo, where Laurie Lee arrived by ship 80 years ago. Now I'm here. I'm definitely nervous. My pretty limited ambition here for busking is to make €1. Time to go play the violin. I'm feeling like an absolute idiot right now. Ah! Lo siento, soy muy malo. I had bitten off way more than I could chew. The whole adventure was doomed to failure. And then an elderly gentleman stood up from the bench in disgust. He'd heard enough. As he walked slowly towards me, I was sure he was going to tell me off, say, "Señor, be quiet, go away." But instead, "Oh, gracias, señor. Este es el primer dinero en mi vida de la música." My first ever money from the violin. I did it. Oh, señora, muchas gracias. Eres muy amable. I'm rich. What a change in mood. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I can have an absolute feast tonight. Little bits of rice against long bits save 3 cents. Every bit counts. Life is very, very good right now. But I was in Spain and the new life beginning. I had a few shillings in my pocket and no return ticket. I had a knapsack, blanket, spare shirt and a fiddle, and enough words to ask for a glass of water. So the chill of dawn left me and I began to feel better. I suddenly felt the urge to get moving, so I cut the last cord and changed my shillings for pesetas, bought some bread and fruit, left the seaport behind me and headed for the open country. I spent the rest of the day climbing a steep terraced valley, then camped for the night on a craggy hilltop. This morning, yeah, geez, I certainly felt the urge to get moving. It was, once you're going, what am I talking about? I'm talking like an idiot. Cut. Got no idea where I'm going today, no idea where I'm going to sleep. Here it is then, home for the night. I don't think it's going to collapse on me. No idea what I'm going to play, no idea if I'm going to make any money or how much I'll make. There was a clean morning freshness after last night's smoky fire. The rising hills before me went stepping away inland, fiercely shaped under the great blue sky. I nibbled some bread and fruit, rolled my things in a bundle, and washed my head and feet in a spring. Then, shouldering my burden and avoiding the road, I took a track southeast for Zamora. I've made it now to the centre of Zamora. This is the first place that Laurie Lee mentions in his book. This is the bit that I hate. It's the bit that I dread. I've been playing for an hour and a half now with pretty poor rewards and just generally being ignored by the world. Oh, it's quite demoralising. Oh, gracias, señora. Gracias, señora. Muchas gracias. Gracias, amigo. Violin cam says, not great, but should get me to Toro, the next town. I've bought myself a special treat. Are you ready? Frosted cornflakes! Woohoo! How much can I eat in one evening? The half price cereal set me back my entire day's busking. And it was worth every penny. I found a rough little hollow out of the wind, unrolled the blanket and wrapped myself inside it. Shut my eyes, head to sleep. Good night, world. It was usually a solitary existence spent walking the fields and plains into sleepy old villages. But one day I was lured by the sounds of music. Curious, I followed my ears. The young artists clearly recognised a fellow musician, for they invited me to join them for a beer. After that, however, it was time to repay their kindness with some music of my own. ¿Puedes tocar conmigo? Voy a probar. I conceded defeat and let the experts take over, sharing a merry afternoon of music and dancing.
Adiós con el corazón, que con el alma no puedo, al despedirme de ti, al despedirme me muero. Tú serás el bien de mi vida, tú serás el bien de mi alma.
It's 2 p.m. and I'm naked in a cabbage field in Spain. You're probably asking, Al, why are you naked in a cabbage field in Spain? Let me tell you, these irrigation sprays feel... amazing! You play your violin. Someone gives you money. Muchas gracias. Me gusta sus zapatas.
Gracias.
And you buy a nectarine. Perfect. Okay. Oh. Well, that's the end of today. I've been told off. It's lean pickings as I head into the mountains. Nothing could keep me down for long on this journey, and despite being booted out of town, I was excited to be climbing up into what Laurie described as the great east-west barrier of the Guadaramas. Across this mountain range, I knew, lay Madrid and the end of my adventure. I'm wearing every scrap of clothing I've got. I'm tucked under my tarp and I'm already cold. I'm in my sleeping bag. It's going to be a long, cold night. That is the glory. Woof! Aye, aye, aye. I did think that if I ever got around to doing this trip, that the reality wouldn't be nearly as magical as Laurie Lee painted it from his trip 80 years ago. And the happy fact is that it is. It's every bit as wonderful and magical as he made it out to be. It's the first view of Madrid! The end! The end! Woohoo! I was impatient to reach Madrid and hurried my way towards it, stumbling down pathways of broken shale, while the peaks of the mountains slipped back into the clouds, sealing off all I had been till then. There's the signpost, Madrid Centro. I'm in the middle of Madrid. The journey is essentially over. All I've got to do now is earn myself enough for a beer. ¿Cuánta cuesta una cerveza grande?
2.50.
Voy a tocar mi violín para ganar 2.50 y volveré. For the very last time, the Muppet Show theme tune, very apt for this journey. Hola, buenos dias. I was so tired now and desperate for the end. I had feelings of both sadness and relief as I played for the final time, needing just one more donation to earn my reward. There we have it, the end of the journey. A month walking through Spain in the footsteps of Laurie Lee, and I even earned enough money to reward myself with this cold beer. Cheers. This whole walk came about from taking a fresh look at how I defined adventure and what it meant to me these days. Busking through northern Spain was at times a frightening experience. It was daunting to constantly face failure, to be alone in unknown towns and villages, worrying what people thought about me, to feel so consistently vulnerable. And yet, at the same time, it was perhaps also the happiest month of my entire life. As Laurie wrote, I felt it was for this I had come. To wake at dawn on a hillside and look out on a world for which I had no words. To start at the beginning, speechless and without plan, in a place that still had no memories for me. La 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 la.